Hey there everyone, what's going on? Mario Gamer here, back for another video, where today I'm going to be doing another collection video. This is your book collection type video that I sometimes do. So, right here, I'm going to be showing you a rather small collection, but I might take a bit long to explain all of it, because I might go into a bit of detail, and I'm going to show you right here my Tintin book collection. Now, you might only see one, but there's actually 3 more underneath this one. This Tintin book right here, The Adventures of Tintin, Red Rackham's Treasure. That was the first Tintin book I ever got. And I remember when my dad got it for me, I was like, no thanks, I don't want to try this. It looks stupid and boring. I was very young at the time. Just remember, I was very young at the time, like maybe 7, 8, or 9 years old. Or maybe even 6, or I don't know. I was very, very young, not even 13 yet, not even a teenager. And at the time, I was only into that stupid Horrid Henry series. Horrid Henry is a British children's book series, as well as a TV series that started in 2006. And yeah, nowadays, I absolutely hate Horrid Henry. Hate Horrid Henry, HHH, Triple H, alliteration. So, yeah, Horrid Henry, it's just very, very stupid and boring and bad nowadays. I don't like it. I mean, you might get some very young kids who like it, but for me, no thank you. I hate, despise, detest, whatever adjective that means, whatever synonym that means the same as hate, I want to use, whatever synonym that means the same as hate, I hate Horrid Henry. A lot. I don't like it at all. I'm more into these comic book stories as of now. I mean, sure, I might be into some kiddish Garfield comic strips, like, you know, Garfield is a comics for kids. So yeah, I'm into that. You can see my Garfield books right over there on the shelf, on the middle shelf. You can see Volume 1 poking out of those to support those supporting things that hold the bookshelf up for the middle shelf. And you can see it's also well, actually it's on all shelves. It goes from the top to the middle to the bottom shelf. Sorry about that noise. It was pretty disgusting. You guys probably didn't want to hear that. But yeah, I may be into some kiddish comic strips like Garfield, but I also then again do like the more adult kind of, or a more age-appropriate kind of comics, like Tintin over here and Asterix. Yes, because Asterix and Tintin, way better than Horrid Henry by a long shot. I like the adventure type comics, and Tintin and Asterix is exactly what that's all about. Adventures, solving problems, going on adventures, all that. These comics like Tintin and Asterix, they have all of the stuff that a comic book has to have for me to like. Adventure, good jokes, good humor, good puns, play on words, good plots, I guess. Basically just good adventure and a good time reading it. I have to have a good time reading it in order to enjoy it. So we're going to start off with none other than, like I said, we have here Red Rackham's Treasure. This is book 12 in the Tintin, or the Adventures of Tintin comic book series. This is the 12th book number 12. The Adventures of Tintin, Red Rackham's Treasure, the first Tintin book I ever got. And because of that, you can see it is creased over there. It's folded up a little bit. There's a crease over there. And a barely noticeable one, actually kind of noticeable one on the corner over there, going like that. And then the pages are also a bit damaged. You can see if I hold it up to the light over here. Oh shit, I'm just damaging it more. Let me show you by the light. Excuse all the crap that's on my desk. There's a whole lot of stuff that I have to sort out that's on my desk. So yeah. If you notice that slight pause, sorry about that. That's just because my mom entered the room, and I don't really like interruptions when people enter the room, especially my parents. No one likes that, especially when you're trying to make a video for your YouTube channel. Anyway, I was saying, yeah, excuse all this crap on the desk over here. Various objects such as computer speakers, my laptop, external DVD drive, model cars, whole lot of crap on here. Had to really sort this out. So yeah, you can see right over there, it's creased just a tiny bit. right over here. Yeah, there's that small little crease. Kind of difficult to see, but yeah, you can see it's a bit creased over there on a couple of pages. That's because the cover is also a bit creased. You can see it's kind of, if I hold it at an angle like, maybe say like that, yeah, you can see it's maybe kind of a bit uneven and not smooth, I guess. Not really that easy to see, but you can still kind of see it, I guess. Anyway, Tintin, Red Rackham's Treasure, here it is. Book number 12. Here is the front and the spine, which is very, very faded. You can see on the list of Tintin books that are available to collect, which there are 24 of. I can't even barely freaking speak today. The spine is supposed to be orange, but you can see it's faded away. Very, very old, this book. And as a matter of fact, let me show you the Tintin books that are available on the back here that you can also collect. It's 24. You have, let me show you, you have 24 books. You have Tintin in the Land of the Soviets, Tintin in the Congo, that one was actually banned, Tintin in America, Cigars of the Pharaoh, The Blue Lotus, The Broken Ear, The Black Island, King Ottokar's Scepter, The Crab with the Golden Claws, The Shooting Star, The Secret of the Unicorn, Red Rackham's Treasure, which is the one I have right here, obviously, The Seven Crystal Balls, Prisoners of the Sun, Land of Black Gold, Destination Moon, Explorers on the Moon, The Calculus Affair, The Red Sea Sharks, Tintin in Tibet, The Castafiore Emerald, Flight 714 to Sydney, Tintin and the Picaros, and Tintin and Alf Art. And Tintin and Alf Art, that is the last book of the Tintin series, because apparently I read online that Hergé, the creator of Tintin over here, Hergé, I think he's Belgian. I don't know what his real name is, though. I can't remember what it was. He said that on an online website, apparently he said, back obviously when he was still alive, that he said when he dies, the Tintin series will die. Basically meaning that when he dies, the Tintin series will come to an end. Unlike Asterix, which had books 1 through 24, they were written by René Goscinny and Albert Uderzo. And ever since René Goscinny passed away, books 25 until now were written by either Uderzo himself or I think Conrad and Ferry, or whatever their names were. I think one familiar name was Derek Hockridge, or whatever the heck he was called. So yeah, unlike Tintin, even though the one writer for Asterix passed away, that means I can't even fucking speak. Even though Tintin's original author passed away and the series is continued, you still have Asterix, which is still going, even though its one author passed away. Unlike Tintin over here. It's a shame. I would have kind of liked to see more books, because like I'm actually very, very close to finishing the Asterix books that I have. I have to read Omnibus number 10 completed. I have to read Omnibus 11, 12, 13, and The Chieftain's Daughter. I mean, I might give The Chieftain's Daughter away because that's already included in Omnibus 13. But, yeah. And it might be, I'm not sure what I'm going to read after that, because sure, I've got Tintin to read after that. But then, I don't know if I'll find anything, I don't know if I'll ever find anything that's similar to Asterix or Tintin, because I'm really enjoying Asterix, and I have a feeling that I'm going to enjoy Tintin as well. So, I don't know what I'm going to do if I ever can't find a series that's similar to Tintin and Asterix. Because once I finish all the Tintin books and all the Asterix books, what am I going to read then? Because there might be some comics there that might be similar, but I might not enjoy them as much. So, what am I to do then? Anyway, not worrying about that now. Let's focus on the book instead. Red Rackham's Treasure. The Tintin books are published in the following languages. A whole list of languages right here. From letter A to letter, let's see, I think letter T in Turkish. Translated by Leslie Lonsdale Cooper and Michael Turner. Published by Egmont. And here is a look inside the book. Red Rackham's Treasure. I have said that multiple times by now. Here is a look inside the book. 62 pages. And I think Tintin in the Land of the Soviets is the longest Tintin book, with I think having like over 100 pages. While the rest, I think, have 62, like Red Rackham's Treasure over here, and every other Tintin book after the first one. Now that Red Rackham's Treasure book is out of the way, I mean, you already saw a bit of green over there, and you're seeing it again, as well as a bit of purple. I'm going to show you now the most recent Tintin books I got. 2 I got just yesterday. 1 I got off an online shopping website that is specifically for my country. So, let's have a look at them, shall we? I say yes, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, what I'm going to show you is these Tintin volumes. I don't have volume 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But I do have over here volume 6, 7, and 8. So that's what I'm going to show you for now. But I promise I will do an updated Tintin collection, Tintin book collection video. That is not DVD collection. Be more specific. It's going to be a Tintin book collection update that I'm going to do once I have all these Tintin volumes. And yeah, I did not get volume 1 or 5. Because those 2, believe it or not, these are all hardcover books, as you can see, all hardcover. And yet, volumes 1 and 5 had huge creases and bends and folds on the corners, and over here, and here, and over here, and here. It was just awful. I was not going to take a hardcover book, which is specifically not able to be bent unless you really want to be spiteful and bend it on purpose. I was not going to take a hardcover book that is bent. No thank you. So yeah, volume 1 I also didn't get because it was way too expensive. Volume 2 I didn't pick up because, well, actually I couldn't because they didn't have it, past tense. And volume 3 was the most expensive, so obviously I didn't pick that one up. Volume 4, well, that one includes Red Rackham's Treasure over there, as well as The Secret of the Unicorn and The Shooting Star. And I didn't want to double up on Red Rackham's Treasure, because then I'd be reading it twice. So I don't want to do that. Anyway, let's start with the ones that I do have. We have The Adventures of Tintin, Volume 6. This one is a nice yellow and white cover. I do know that there are Tintin books that are, I think, maybe older volume releases, which have just one color to them, but this is like a two-tone color going on over here. White and another color. Like, for example, actually I know what colors each one are. Like, volume 1 is red and white, volume 2 blue and white, volume 3 is like a grayish brown and white, volume 4 orange and white, volume 5 is like a turquoise and white, volume 6 deep yellow and white, as you can see over here, volume 7 purple and white, and volume 8 light green and white. Anyway, let's have a look here. So Tintin volume 6, it includes Destination Moon, Explorers on the Moon, and The Calculus Affair. So here is the front, featuring Tintin in the spaceship about to exit out of it and step foot on the moon. That's, I think maybe that was taken from a comic panel of Explorers on the Moon, because in Destination Moon they probably were still heading to the moon. Anyway, here it is, the front, the spine, and the back. And here is a look inside. Get that open. And now I'm just going to be very careful because I don't want to damage these. These are very special to me, and I just got them. I don't want to get any of these books damaged very badly, or even have the pages crease or fold or bent, because I have already had some Garfield books, my Fat Cat 3-pack, Garfield Fat Cat 3-pack books. Some of them have suffered water damage, And I did not want to let this happen to. I did not want to let that exact same thing happen to Tintin. So I've already had enough Garfield get damaged. I do not want a single Tintin book to have water damage or get water damaged, because that would just be a real shame. I want these to be in pristine or almost pristine, like new condition. I do not want water damage getting on them, because I already had enough of that with Garfield. I don't need it happening again. So anyway, here you can see inside Destination Moon. That's where the first story starts. And then with these Tintin books, they'll sometimes say something like this. They will sometimes say something like this. Have a look here. So before Explorers on the Moon starts, at the end of Destination Moon, they would say something like this. What dangers await Tintin and his friends on the moon? What will happen on this perilous journey into space? Will they ever return to Earth? You can join in the rest of their great adventure when you read Explorers on the Moon. This one right here, the next book in the 3-pack or volume. And here it is, Explorers on the Moon. You saw the title cover. You saw the title page, and then starting on, let's see, where's the next one? I think I already went past it. I'm not sure if I did. No, I didn't. I mean, I did before, but not now. And here's the last book that's included in here, The Calculus Affair. All right. One last flip through of the book. One last quick flip through. There you go. Alright, on to Tintin Volume 7. As you can see, like I mentioned before, this one is a purple and white. A light purple, not really like a vibrant purple. It's more of a dull. It's more of a dull color purple, not really that vibrant. Anyway, Tintin Volume 7. You see, this one you see includes the Red Sea Sharks, Tintin in Tibet, and the Castafiore Emerald. So here's the front, and the spine, and the back. Let's open it up. Alright, so up first, you can see the title page for the Red Sea Sharks right over here. Then this is where the main story starts. Let's see, does the Red Sea Sharks have that text like Destination Moon did? No, it does not. Anyway, here is the title page for Tintin in Tibet. And here is the title page for, let's see, where is it? No, not here, further on, further. Come on, where are you? Oh, right there, missed it. Ah, got it. Here's the title page for the Castafiore Emerald. And one thing I want to point out, actually, let me show you a bit in this book. Let me show you a bit of the pages. Castafiore Emerald. Oh, careful, don't want to bend the pages. Tintin in Tibet. And here's a bit of the Red Sea Sharks. And one thing I want to point out now, before we move on to Volume 8, is sometimes, I'm not sure if they do it all the time, but sometimes, like with Asterix, they will have an asterisk in the character's speech bubble. So let me show you the example. Where is it? Over here. Where is it? Oh, right here. So let me have a look here. I'm just going to read this so you can see the one captain or sailor or whatever is smoking, is holding a pipe that he smoked like in the olden days in his mouth. Is going to a bar called the Anchor. Morning. Ahoy there. Build. Hello, George. How's yourself? Not so bad. And you? Still a ship's cook? Still the same. I'm sailing aboard the Sirius in a few days with Captain Haddock and Tintin. Oh yes, speaking of Captain Haddock and Tintin, there's a few main characters in Tintin. I forgot to mention them. I should have mentioned this before. In Tintin, the main characters are Captain Haddock, obviously Tintin himself, his dog Snowy, which is actually, I think Snowy is actually a fox terrier. Yeah, he's a fox terrier, the type of breed of dog. You also have the Thompson brothers and Professor Calculus. So those are the few main characters in Tintin. Anyway, still the same. I am sailing aboard the Sirius in a few days with Captain Haddock and Tintin. Know them? Tintin, Captain Haddock, I certainly do. There's been plenty of talk about them over that business of the Bird brothers. But the Sirius, she's a trawler, isn't she? Are you going fishing? Yes, but it's not ordinary fish we're after, it's treasure. What's that you say? Well, it's like this. There's a treasure that belonged to a pirate, Red Rackham, who was killed long ago by Sir Francis Haddock aboard a ship called the Unicorn. Tintin and Captain Haddock found some old parchments written by Sir Francis, who escaped from the ship. They know just where the Unicorn sank, and I'll tell you the rest later. These walls have ears. See, this is what I'm talking about. This little joke here, these walls have ears. It's a pretty funny joke. I like this kind of humor, especially with Tintin and Asterix. That is why I now hate Horrid Henry, because that is just so childish, like I mentioned before. What I'm wanting to point out here is that, you see this Asterix, and Obelix, that series does it sometimes. That will be a reference to something, that asterisk, and that means it will refer to like a previous story or give a explanation on some certain word, and they put it next to that sentence in the character's speech bubble. So this asterisk, where he says there's been plenty of talk about them over that business of the Bird brothers, that asterisk in that sentence, that means it's a reference to The Secret of the Unicorn book. See right here, it says, see The Secret of the Unicorn. That is why that asterisk is there. Anyway, moving on, we now have the last book I am going to show you, which is, oh, you just saw it, Tintin Volume 8. This one is a light green and white, and compared to Volumes 6 and 7, you can actually see that the spine is considerably quite a bit thicker. You can see that it's quite a bit thicker. Now, anyway, here is Tintin Volume 8, which has Flight 714 to Sydney, Tintin and the Picaros, and Tintin and Alf art. There's a front cover with a picture of Tintin and Snowy. That's what Snowy looks like. Oh, you just saw him as well on this cover, so I guess you already saw him. Anyway, here it is, Tintin Volume 8, front, spine, and the back. And you can see that this book, compared to Volume 6 and 7, which were published by Egmont, Volume 8, it could have just been a newer release or a reprint, I'm not sure, but where I got my Volume 8 from, which was from online shopping, that one must have had it in stock from a different publisher, because it is sure is different. It says it was published here by Farshaw. Anyway, here is the back. And they have a look on the back here. You can see which books are included in which volume. And because Tintin in the Congo was banned, they did not include it in Volume 1. So Volume 1 would have books 1, 2, and 3. Instead, it only has books 1 and 3. So that one is the odd one out, Volume 1, with only 2 books, Volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all having 3 books each. Anyway, here's a look inside Volume number 8. So here is the title page for Flight 714 to Sydney. Look inside. And here is the title page for the next one, Tintin and the Picaros, which is right here. Come on, where are you? Oh, I think it's further, much further, come on. There you go. Oh, missed it again. There you go, Tintin and the Picaros, title page. And where the actual story starts. And the last one is very, very unique. Tintin and Alphard. It's actually an unfinished Tintin book, because I think Hergé died during writing this one, and he only had sketches, as you can see, as demonstrated over here on the title page. So yeah, Tintin's last adventure. Unfortunate. How unfortunate. Would have loved to see more of these Tintin books, even though I haven't even read one. Even though I have a feeling I'm gonna love it. That's why I say I wish I could have seen more. Like there was maybe a 25th book or more. Because even though I haven't read any of these yet, I have a feeling I'm going to love it. Like Asterix and Obelix. So as you can see here, you can see Tintin and Alphard. These are sketches. And they have dialogue here. And you can see it in a different language. Because like it says here, Tintin et le Alphard. That translates to Tintin and Alphard, obviously. And even the dialogue is different over here. You can see it's in a completely different language. I think Tintin was originally published in French, even though the even though the author was Belgian. Don't know why. Okay then. Here is a look. Very nice. And there you go. That is going to do it for my very, very small, for now, don't worry, I'm going to get more. That's going to do it for my very small, for now, collection of Tintin books. Hope you guys enjoyed. And hold on. There you go. I want to try to line them as perfectly as possible. That'll do. Okay. There you go. Hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time. Bye bye.